What's going on, Soul Tribe? I salute the divinity in you, and welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and are you ready to get pumped up for this week? Because this is going to be a bit of a lighter week, but we have the Sun and Venus that are getting ready to move into new signs, and then we got a bit of a clash there with Mercury and Big Papa. So we're going to talk about that in more here in a second. But if you are new to this channel, welcome. And one of the things that I like to do here is talk about the weekly transits that are going on, the cosmic chit chat that's going on up in the sky, and how we can set intentions to grow in this energy. Because I believe that astrology doesn't happen to us, we happen to the astrology. So and hopefully that's something that resonates with you. But what I'm going to be doing is covering the week of September 19th through the 25th. And let's go ahead and jump into this thing. Because starting on Saturn Day, that's going to be the 21st of September, at about 1:49 a.m., and that's going to be Pacific time, Mercury is going to be forming a square with Big Papa, like I was saying, and this is going to be happening at 20 degrees and 49 minutes. The Mercury is in Virgo and Jupiter is in Gemini. Now, what I like about this is even though Jupiter is not his strongest in Gemini, he's being supported by a super strong Mercury, who's not only in its domicile, the sign that it's home in, but also the sign that it's exalted in. So there's a celebration. Mercury really loves Virgo. And so when we're thinking about the squares, let's kind of break this down. Squares are when the planets are 90 degrees apart. So usually it's going to be in like modality, or the like modalities that are going to be squared. So you'll see it with like mutable energies or cardinal energies or fixed signs kind of coming into squares with one another. It brings about this tension, can bring about a frustration. It's a call to action. I like to think of the squares as they're Martian in nature. And so when you're thinking about this, with Jupiter and Gemini, I feel like there's been a lot of information that's been going on with Jupiter and Gemini. But the beautiful thing about that Mercury and Virgo is that it has the capacity to process all of this stuff that's going on. So I would pay attention to look at, have you been feeling like you've been pulled kind of to and fro? Maybe you've been watching a lot of astrologers, maybe you've been watching a lot of news, maybe you've been watching maybe been on a lot of social media. This would be a great time to do some organizing. It was like, you know what, maybe I don't need to be subscribed to all these people. Maybe I need to kind of limit what is flowing into my world every day, so that I can really kind of hone in and focus here. Is one way that I could see this, because Jupiter and Gemini can overwhelm. Gemini is the mutable air sign that's, again, they're ruled by Mercury. So I feel where if you've been feeling like the nerves have been kind of fried and things like that, would be a very beneficial energy to help just get you back in order, and to do some fact checking. I'm even thinking about with this energy, not to, let's say if you're looking to invest in a new coach or anything along those lines, comparing different notes and seeing how their messages, where are some things that you maybe like about what they're doing, what are some things that you don't like about what they're doing, and is it like, it really, like, instead of making these sort of like quick mutable kind of decisions, just coming from a like really kind of process that's like, okay, yeah, do you know what, this feels right for me. It's and just really doing the research as far as like what how you're processing all of the information and stuff that may be coming in for you. And pay attention even to, I feel like, the conversations that you're having. Be mindful about taking people, it's not that we don't have to believe what people are saying, but just be mindful about taking things at face value. If you hear something, if someone's just like kind of maybe just speaking stuff into existence, I'll give you an example. And this, I think, is going to tie really nicely into the next energy. Someone for here recently, this is like maybe a week ago, it was like a small little group of us, and we were talking about something, and someone had mentioned about a certain celebrity passing away, of like passing on, and we all are just like, oh my goodness, what happened? And they go to tell this stuff, they go to kind of pull it up, and it's like, oh wait a minute, maybe that wasn't something that happened. And it is just like, it's very quick. I feel to you, it's very easy to get caught up, I feel, in just the hearsay. So that's just something I feel to pay attention to as well. But if you can find a focus, this would be, I feel, a very prime time to, yeah, just get an area of focus. If you're wanting to maybe learn a new language, maybe you wanted to learn a new subject, maybe you want to learn about a new cooking thing, you can suss through the information, I feel, very efficiently, and Jupiter's just going to keep giving you stuff. It'll just give you resources, and so work with that. That's how I feel we can make the most of Big Papa being in the sign of detriment. You know, working. That's I feel like a great way of working with the energies. Now, let's get into this next one, because Sunday is going to be kind of a busy day. Because on the 22nd of September, let's start off with the sun at about 5:44 a.m. The sun will be entering into Libra. Now, this begins the equinox, and depending on where you're at in the world, this is either going to be the spring equinox or the autumnal equinox. And this is a time where we're at this state of, this is another like kind of pivotal point, another cardinal point that the sun enters in. Now we're changing into a new season. Things are just starting to evolve. And I feel with the sun entering into Libra, this is where the sun experiences its fall in Libra. And that's when you think about the fall, when a planet is in its fall, is that it has a tendency to maybe fall into some tendencies that may not be for its best interest. So you have to pay attention to that. Libra is the cardinal air sign. Their ruler is Venus, who we're going to talk about next. And so Libra has a way of, when you think about Venus knows how to attract, how to pull the things that, and how to magnetize the things that, and he also knows how to create beautiful things as well. And so when you combine that with Libra, you can do a lot of cool stuff with the sun in Libra. But I'm thinking about that song by the Pussycat Dolls, the one like "Be Careful." That this is a pretty older song. It's like that line, "Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it." I feel with the sun, especially with like this hearsay, kind of just speaking without lack of information, you can create some tricky situations. So I would say be mindful about putting your energy towards any sort of like gossip, I would say, would be something to pay attention to. Anything that's like lowering the vibration. Because the sun is used to being in this fire energy, where it's used to just creating things and just and then putting its energy towards that. This is our soul's light here. So you want to, I feel, be initiating ask yourself when you're participating in conversations and things, is this my truth? Is this the truth that I want to be kind of carrying around, or is this something that I maybe need to remove myself from with the sun? I feel like the sun entering into Libra and being this over the next 30 days or so. But also, let's talk about the next energy too, because I feel this is going to couple in really nicely. Because at about 7:36 p.m., Venus will be entering into Scorpio. Now, this is an interesting one too, because this is where Venus experiences she's in detriment in Scorpio, and so this means that it's not that the planet can't function, but it's just not functioning in a sign that it's comfortable with. She's opposite from one of her home signs of Taurus. And Scorpio is the fixed water sign, and they're ruled by Mars. And Scorpio has the ability to feel at a way and really kind of hone in on a feeling in a real strong type of way. And that could be very positive. I feel like a lot of the time when we think about Scorpio, it's just all kind of doom and gloom and things. And Scorpio is we have more emotions than just depression and intensity in things. Scorpio can experience joy I feel like no other sign, when they really focus on it, happiness. And it really has a way of taking this, I feel like taking those emotions and transmuting them and alchemizing them into something totally different. So this could be a very creative time for us. But if you're noticing that you are feeling a lot of more intenser energies, maybe you're feeling a depression, maybe you're feeling an anger, whatever that is, what are some ways that what are some things maybe you can create to move through that? I feel Venus in Scorpio is a great time for working on different kind of art therapy. I would say pay attention to the music that you're listening to, especially with the sun being from there, how a certain thought can have us initiate certain things where, oh, you get to feelings, you get to feeling some type of way, and then you're doing it and you're not really thinking of the consequences of what's going to be pulled from your action. And so that's something too I would say to pay attention to as well. This can be a coin toss with how this goes, but I feel if we set that intention and have that focus on the things our truths, the things that speak to our soul, like that sunlight, then you can attract a lot of the things that you need. Maybe this could be a very inspirational time for you. I feel especially for like any sort of like musicians, creatives, or even if you like working with just like maybe crafting or something along those lines. But those are some things I feel to kind of pay attention to, because I find Libra for me is very kind of law of attraction type of energy. And there is the things that you're attracting, weighing that option, like before I speak this into existence, let me really kind of think about this. Let's go back to that Mercury and Jupiter. What are going to be the consequences of if I were to do this? And consequences, whatever that means for you. But just some things I feel during this week, and that's going to be pretty much the energy this week, and then we'll get into some more. We'll get into some more stuff. Mercury will be making a move into Libra here soon, but yeah, while we're in this energy, just be very intentional. Your words are powerful. Your thoughts are powerful. And again, if you feel like you're noticing you're having troubles moving through some tough emotions, finding that Jupiter and Gemini, finding some different resources in order to help you to work with this stuff here. So I think that's all I got for you on this. So until next time, stay conscious out there. Keep raising that consciousness and raising that vibration through the roof. And I will catch you on the next one next week. Mercury Day.